Dengan dilandasi keyakinan, UT mampu beradaptasi dengan setiap perubahan dan sumber daya manusia yang excellent, serta memiliki jiwa dan karakter Pancasila yang kuat. Universitas terbuka, siap menyongsong era baru pendidikan tinggi jarak jauh di tanah air yang modern menuju Indonesia maju.
Dahulu, ketika UT didirikan pada tahun 1984, tidak sedikit orang yang memandang sebelah mata universitas terbuka. Hari ini kita percaya bahwa UT telah menjadi perguruan tinggi negeri yang besar, berdiri sejajar dengan perguruan tinggi lain yang lebih dahulu didirikan. Bahkan terdepan dalam pendidikan terbuka dan jarak jauh. UT menjadi instrumen penting pemerintah dalam pemerataan pendidikan tinggi berkualitas dunia ke seluruh pelosok tanah air, bahkan mancanegara. Sulit rasanya meningkatkan angka partisipasi kasar pendidikan tinggi tanpa kehadiran UT.
Seiring dengan berubahnya status menjadi perguruan tinggi badan hukum atau PTNBH, yang membuatnya sejajar dengan perguruan tinggi terkemuka di Indonesia yang lebih dahulu didirikan, UT semakin lincah dalam merespon beragam tuntutan internal dan eksternal dengan melakukan terobosan baru yang inovatif dan adaptif. Dengan semangat, tatanan dan budaya kerja baru mewujudkan Indonesia maju. Perkembangan teknologi yang ramah pengguna, terjangkau, tersebar, serta semakin meningkatnya literasi digital masyarakat. UT semakin mendapat tempat di hati berbagai kalangan. Hal itu tampak pada terus meningkatnya jumlah mahasiswa dan dalam 5 tahun terakhir, jumlah mahasiswa usia muda terus meningkat. Menyadari karakteristik dan kompleksitas pendidikan jarak jauh dan masyarakat yang berubah dengan cepat, UT melakukan investasi yang signifikan untuk penyediaan infrastruktur modern dan SDM yang berkualitas. Gedung Profesor Setiadi menjadi landmark keseriusan UT dalam menjadikan teknologi modern sebagai tulang punggung layanan kepada mahasiswa dan stakeholders lainnya. Gedung yang dilengkapi peralatan terkini, siap memberikan layanan online terbaik.
Pada tahun ini, UT meluncurkan aplikasi MyUT yang memudahkan mahasiswa mengakses semua layanan pendidikan dengan menerapkan teknologi Sistem Single Sign-On atau SSO.
Dalam mewujudkan akuntabilitas keuangan, UT mengimplementasikan transformasi digital tata kelola keuangan atau yang disebut dengan SIP3, Sistem Informasi Perencanaan, Pelaksanaan, dan Pertanggungjawaban Keuangan.
Dengan demikian, setiap kegiatan dapat memaksimalkan value, meningkatkan kinerja dan kontribusi, serta menjaga keberlanjutan UT dengan prinsip transparansi, accountability, independensi, responsibility, dan fairness. UT mengembangkan aplikasi sendiri yang diberi nama Smart Procurement Management Information System yang disingkat PROMIS.
Aplikasi ini sudah mendapatkan penghargaan dan apresiasi dari sejumlah lembaga pemerintah, termasuk perguruan tinggi negeri yang sudah menggunakannya.
Sebagai jantung sebuah perguruan tinggi, fakultas memiliki peran penting dalam memberikan layanan akademik dan terus berpacu meningkatkan kualitas akademik dan inovasi pembelajaran. Akreditasi baik nasional maupun internasional, termasuk upaya mendapatkan international recognition, terus dibangun. Di antaranya penyiapan bilingual course materials untuk menampung international students.
Universitas terbuka sudah memiliki fondasi yang kuat dalam memanfaatkan digital learning. Fondasi ini harus terus dikembangkan untuk memfasilitasi penguasaan mahasiswa dan para dosen terhadap industri teknologi masa depan.
Saya memberikan apresiasi tinggi kepada Universitas Terbuka sebagai pioner dalam pembelajaran jarak jauh pada tingkat perguruan tinggi yang telah memberikan layanan pendidikan tinggi yang terjangkau dan fleksibel bagi masyarakat di seluruh pelosok tanah air selama hampir 4 dasawarsa ini, dan selalu terdepan dalam inovasi pendidikan jarak jauh.
Universitas terbuka selama ini telah berperan penting dalam upaya pemerataan pendidikan melalui sistem pembelajaran jarak jauh. Dan seiring pergantian zaman, universitas terbuka turut berkembang menyediakan pendidikan yang tidak dibatasi ruang kelas. Semoga semangat mencerdaskan semua anak bangsa, dari Sabang sampai Merauke, terus menjadi semangat universitas terbuka. Mari terus menghadirkan pendidikan berkualitas tanpa batas.
Kami menyadari bahwa keberhasilan UT adalah berkat kepercayaan pemerintah dan masyarakat. Mari membangun manusia dan Indonesia yang lebih baik bersama Universitas Terbuka.
Kemajuan ilmu pengetahuan serta pandemi merubah kebiasaan kita dalam menggunakan teknologi dan internet. Hal ini mendorong berdirinya Indonesia Cyber Education Institute yang diresmikan Direktorat Jenderal Pendidikan Tinggi pada tanggal 28 Juli tahun 2021. ICE Institute merupakan lokapasa digital untuk mata kuliah daring berkualitas di Indonesia yang tujuan utamanya adalah memfasilitasi penyediaan pendidikan berkualitas sekaligus menjamin kualitas layanan pembelajaran daring serta mendorong pemerataan kualitas pendidikan di Indonesia. Didukung oleh 14 mitra konsorsium, mata kuliah daring yang disediakan oleh ICE Institute dapat memperluas akses pendidikan berkualitas untuk siapa saja, kapan saja, dan di mana saja dengan beasiswa Merdeka Belajar untuk semua dari Menteri Pendidikan, Kebudayaan, Riset, dan Teknologi. Semua mahasiswa dari berbagai perguruan tinggi bisa memilih mata kuliah dari perguruan tinggi ternama di Indonesia juga luar negeri melalui ice.ac.id. Sebagai contoh, mahasiswa yang terdaftar di Universitas Bina Nusantara dapat mengambil perkuliahan di Universitas Indonesia yang penempuhan mata kuliah serta SKS dan sertifikatnya bisa diakui oleh kampus asal. Sampai saat ini di ice.ac.id ada ratusan mata kuliah daring dan perguruan tinggi papan atas di Indonesia dan ribuan lainnya dari EDX yang berasal dari perguruan tinggi terkemuka internasional. Dengan mengadopsi teknologi blockchain, ICE Institute menghubungkan semua penempuhan mata kuliah dan menghubungkannya dengan job market, sehingga menjadi satu lokapasar pendidikan daring yang terintegrasi. ICE Institute akan selalu berusaha mendorong perubahan dalam peningkatan dan pemerataan kualitas pendidikan Indonesia guna mendukung program Merdeka Belajar untuk semua.
Hello, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Selamat datang. Welcome to the 30th Cyber Education Forum. Sorry about that. Hello, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Selamat datang. Welcome to the 30th Cyber Education Forum by Indonesian Cyber Education Institute, or known as ICE Institute. My name is Ayubi Chakradwati, and it's a pleasure and honor for me to be the moderator of this webinar. And along with the excitement that I have this morning, I am pleased to inform you today we will share insights under the topic of harnessing artificial intelligence to elevate visual and reading literacy skills in higher education. On behalf of the organizer, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all the invited speakers and participants who have taken the time to join our session today. And as we begin the agenda today, I would like to invite the Partnership and Certification Manager of ICE Institute, Mr. Hassanuddin, to deliver his welcome speech. But before that, let's watch the profile video of ICE Institute.
Have you ever thought about joining the fund Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka but wondering where to start? Or do you want to take part in lectures from well-known domestic and foreign universities? What if you want to improve your skills and get certified while working a full-time job? Is that even possible? At ICE Institute, everything is possible. ICE Institute provides various collections of online courses for empowerment and capacity building for college students, vocational students, and the general public through various options. Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka is a policy of Indonesia's Minister of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology that provides opportunities for everyone, including 1. College students in their 5th semester or above to take 20 credits outside their home university. 2. Capacity building programs for high school students that provide opportunities to take several online courses from well-known universities. 3. Capacity building programs for professionals to enhance their skills and careers. And the best part is, all of these programs are available in one place at icei.ac.id. This way, ICE Institute is focusing on building the capacity and skill set of every level of society, from university students to professionals. Together with consortium members and a growing list of providers and partners, ICE Institute has a collection of more than 600 courses from 23 universities for a quota of 60,000 participants and will continue to grow. In addition to the collection of courses from Indonesia, the ICE Institute has also added more of international courses in recent years, including 1. More than 1,500 courses on the EDX platform from 55 of the world's top universities for 2,500 participants. 2. 120 courses from the consortium of universities in China that are members of Xuetang X, Tsinghua University, which are provided openly without quota limit. 3. Collection of the International Institute of Online Education, UNESCO ICE, on digital transformation to increase the ability of teachers and lecturers, as well as the higher education community in general. 4. More than 10,000 courses on the Coursera platform from 290 world-class universities are provided for 1,000 participants. In recent years, there have been more than 13,000 Indonesian students and 1,000 international students, especially from Sri Lanka, who have attended lectures through the ICE Institute. Keeping up with the current developments in the world of education, the ICE Institute also adds a micro-credential program collection. These programs aims to add and improve community competencies according to market needs, including micro-credential design thinking programs, data analytics, digital security, cloud computing, game developers, and many other collection of micro-credential programs. Upon graduation, students enrolled in the Game Developer Micro-Credential Program will take part in the capstone project for game creation. The best games will be selected by experts from the gaming industry during the judging process. Not only quality programs, but AR/VR has also been used in various lecture processes to provide a modern and futuristic learning experience. The presence of the micro-credential program in the ICE Institute Gallery, which is openly offered to human resources from the business and industrial world, will assist the upskill and reskilling process in increasing the capacity building of these human resources. In collaboration with ADB, World Bank, Microsoft, British Council and United States Embassy, ICE Institute has the ambition to help meet the needs of students by providing quality learning systems and content that can be accessed by anyone, anytime, and anywhere. The ICE Institute also work with domestic and foreign partners to hold cyber education forums to discuss various topics based on research and studies around hot skills in the job market and how students can prepare themselves for the competition. The ICE Institute will continue to carry out various research and developments on the facilities, services and features provided so that they are the answer to welcome the borderless industrial revolution 4.0, which has changed the perspective of how formal education is organized.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hasanuddin, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished speaker, respected webinar participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Hasanuddin. On behalf of the organizing committee, I am proud to welcome you all to this seminar titled Harnessing Artificial Intelligence to Elevate Visual and Reading Literacy Skill in Higher Education. Firstly, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Ayubi Cakradiwati as whom MED from Universitas Terbuka for leading today's webinar, and to all our speakers for sharing their invaluable knowledge with us. I would also like to thank the committee members. There is Mrs. Eka Julianti, Mrs. Sapriani, Mrs. Miss or Mrs. Miss Radianti, Mr. Adi, Mr. Mus, and Miss Fitria. Today, we are gathered to explore the theme harnessing artificial intelligence to elevate visual and reading literacy skills in higher education. In our rapidly evolving digital landscape, the importance of to enhance these critical skills cannot be overstated. This topic is particularly relevant as a higher education institution strive to keep pace with technological and provide students with the tools very need for success. We are honored to have two esteemed experts with us today. Our first speaker is Erickson Dima Unahan, the Director of Operation Technology and Analytics and at the Institute of Digital Learning Mapua University. And our second speaker is Siska Wati Dewi Purba, PhD, lecturer and researcher at Universitas Pelita Harapan, guiding us this insightful session. Our moderator Ayubi Cakradiwati, MED from Universitas Terbuka. I hope today's webinar, our understanding of how AI can revolutionize visual and reading literacy skill, providing a comprehensive view from the perspective of both educators and technologists. By enhancing this innovation, we can significantly improve the educational experience and outcomes for our students. Now, let me introduce our speaker first. We have Erickson, who said this is experience on the integration of AI in education and its impact on literacy skills. Following him, Siska Wati Dewi Purba will provide valuable insight from her research on the practical application of IA in enhancing literacy. Finally, I invite all attendants to actively participate in today's webinar. Let's keep our minds open to new ideas, ask questions, and engage in a discussion. This is unique opportunity to learn from each other and from our distinguished speaker. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the webinar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hasanuddin, for such a warm welcome speech this morning to, open up this session. And ladies and gentlemen, next we're moving on to the webinar session. But before that, for your information, each speaker will have 20 minutes for their speech. And then the Q&A session, it will come right after all the speakers have delivered their presentations. And for participants, if you wish to raise a question during the presentation, you are always welcome to type it on the chat box, and the webinar team will compile all the coming questions later. And also, please note down that there is no presence list on this webinar program. So, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned by Mr. Hasanuddin earlier, we have two keynote speakers today, and I can't wait to introduce you all to these amazing keynote speakers. And to begin with, I would like to give a brief introduction about all of them. So, our first keynote speaker, he is someone who has devoted his time and expertise to teaching since 2011. And he currently holds the position of Director for Operations, Technology, and Analytics at Mapua University in the Philippines, and also the Director at Center for Teaching and Learning Digital, Mapua University. And his expertise includes utilizing technology to enhance educational environments and outcomes across a variety of learning platforms. He graduated with Master of Science in Electronics Engineering from Mapua University and currently pursuing his doctoral degree in the same university. He served as the winner of Best Research at the first Mapua University Research Colloquium in 2019. So, without further ado, please welcome Mr. Erickson de Maunahan.
Good afternoon. It's actually it's almost afternoon here in the Philippines. We have time difference. So good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for that introduction, Ayubi. It's actually the first time that someone mentioned my surname correctly. So it's actually, if it's translated directly to English, it means first. So I'll share my slide. So good morning, everyone. So I'll check. You can see my slides, right? So it's actually rainy here in the Philippines. So, we have a typhoon. So hopefully I'll be able to, I won't lose my internet connection. So good morning, everyone. I am Erickson de Maunahan from Mapua University, Philippines, just a few miles away from Indonesia. Actually, we just came back. We were at Bali, Indonesia for THU THU Digital Universities a few weeks ago, around 2 weeks ago. So first and foremost, again, good morning or good afternoon to our esteemed educators or our webinar participants. Basically, we all know that you are champions of learning. That's why you are here attending our webinar. It's a thrill to stand virtually before you today to discuss a topic that's really close to my heart, which is, and I believe it's pivotal for the future of education, which is AI-powered literacy. Think about it. Reading and visual comprehension aren't just skills we learn in school or in the university. They're actually bedrock of critical thinking, even lifelong learning, and informed decision making. And in the age of information overload, the skills are more essential than ever. But here's the exciting part. We're standing on the cusp of a revolution. Artificial intelligence, or AI, isn't just about science fiction anymore. It's a reality that's transforming industries across the board, and education is no exception. That's why we have this webinar. And I want to paint a picture of how AI is not just enhancing literacy, but eventually revolutionizing it. First and foremost, I just want to discuss what are the current challenges in education that we are experiencing. We have a decrease of engagement and motivation of our learners. Basically, we need to understand that our stakeholders, our students, are Gen Zs. And basically, they consume tidbits of videos or even contents, and they cannot focus, for example, a 1.5 hour long lecture. There is really a decrease in engagement and motivation of the students, especially when we transition from the pandemic, from fully online, now transitioning to a hybrid of both online and the traditional courses. Also, students' learning pace. We do acknowledge that the students right now have different learning paces. Aside from that, that's we all do acknowledge that students learn at a different phase, a different time, different way. Some are visuals, some really prefers just having a lecture. They can do it. Some of them are can do it face to face or self paced. Also, one of the challenges is providing real time feedbacks to the students. We're talking about visual and reading literacy. One of the important thing is that as teachers or in faculty or professors, we need to provide real-time feedback to students, which is very crucial. And if you have around a 40 students class size, it's really difficult to provide real-time feedback at that certain time. Also, lecture preparations, certain aspects of changes of the way faculty members deliver lectures. Also, course anxiety. We're talking about reading literacy. Some of the students might have a difficulty even standing in front and communicating well. And also accessibility, acknowledging that there are different types of learners. Some of them are not local speakers of your language. Some of them have may be or may have, example, colorblind or dyslexic, or prefers an audio file over a text file. There are a lot of challenges happening now in education. But now, in terms of the rise of AI, there's really a good field of a leeway to actually expand the way we deliver education and provide literacy, especially for visual and reading literacy. Next slide. I was fortunate enough to attend one of the biggest EdTech conferences in San Diego, California last April. So it's ASU GSB Summit, and I've learned a lot in terms of how do we legally use or practice using AI on different fields of the aspects of education. Basically, this is one of the key things that struck me during the conference. They said that legally and ethically, for educators, we need to experiment with AI. We really need to provide the way for our faculty members, for our learners, to actually experiment with AI. Invite it to everything you do. Try it on your assessments or even your assignments. Dive in. So meaning, as we have not much experts now on using AI, we need to dive in. Try to practice using AI with anything that you are doing right now so that you'll become an expert, and you share what you learn. You share the tools that works. Later, I'll share some tools that might work, especially for visual and reading literacy. And basically, they mentioned that the worst AI that is possible, that's there, is the AI that you'd never used. So basically, they are inviting, and it's really inspiring how the US schools are now really too optimistic on how we will be able to use AI. Now, basically, the use of AI in terms of technology or implementing it in the way we teach and learn it is part of what you call an educational technology. There's a lot. And um, with your university, or even with a lot of Indonesian universities, there are really a lot of educational technology. We've seen it. You have been using learning management system. You are providing online courses and tutorials, even simulations. I've seen some that who are using virtual reality and augmented reality, and there's a lot. And even the use of AI now falls under the use of educational technology, which in fact provides uh, a very an important role in terms of providing education. EdTech basically is particularly impactful. It enables students to visualize complex scientific phenomena. You can conduct virtual experiments and engage in hands-on experiences or activities that would not be possible in traditional classroom. Also, providing visual and reading literacy for each individual student, which might have a different reading pace or reading background. This will provide the faculty members or equip the faculty members the skills and even the time to manage and provide a learning pathway for them. Engagement means that even AI and even edtech tools can provide a more interactive way and relevant way on sparking the curiosity and excitement in students. Visualization, especially we're dealing with visual literacy later, it provides more complex concepts. Complex concepts becomes easier with the help of simulations, animations, and even virtual reality. Aside from that, real world application, it allows the students to apply their knowledge to real world problems and projects, fostering critical thinking and problem solving skills. Aside from that, we have accessibility. Again, we do acknowledge that EdTech and even AI will break down barriers in the education system, providing equitable access to high quality resources for all students, regardless of their location or even background. And the good thing about the use of AI and use of EdTech is that it provides what you call data-driven instruction. So EdTech provides valuable insights in the student's progress, allowing the teachers to tailor instruction and provide personalized support. Now, I was mentioning earlier the main topic that we have, which is visual literacy and reading literacy. Visuals actually help in knowledge acquisition and assist in better understanding of course content. Um, they mentioned that at the varieties of literacy for the 21st century, it is one of the things is digital media literacy, which also involves visual literacy. Um, they mentioned that images have the potential to become the lingua franca of our daily communication, especially amongst the younger generation. And basically, on tertiary education and higher education should take advantage of visual modes of knowledge and knowing by introducing at least some of the elements of visual literacy or visual literacy education across all disciplines. And this teaching visually helps develop the students' creativity and thus open new learning possibilities. So images enhances memory, which benefits the learning process. Image-based learning helps in expressing thoughts and opinions, which are often provoked or inspired by visual clues. While on the other hand, reading comprehensions allows us to integrate the knowledge that facilitates learning and successfully coping with academic and personal situations. In higher education, the reading comprehension is actually pertaining to, it has provided the students with autonomy to self-direct their academic professional learning and even provide critical thinking in favor of community service. It was cited by UNESCO in 2009. However, there are researches in recent years, it was in 2012 and 2015, that indicated that parts of the university students are not actually prepared to successfully deal with academic texts or they have reading difficulties. Now, in this case, we all know that with the use of AI, we could actually provide a new level of reading comprehension provided to our students out in different countries. Um, and reading comprehension refers to what you call the type of mental representation that is made out of written text. So basically, we need to take advantage of the existing technology to provide an update or a way to develop more visual literacy and reading literacy. With the rise of GPT, as mentioned, you've seen now the launch of GPT 4.0 or Omni, which provides not just text-based input, but also allows an input for both text, video, and audio, which also produces the same. And with the use of technology, they mentioned from the World Economic Forum that GPT sends shockwaves across college campuses. With this problem of visual and reading literacy and the rise of AI, combining both, we could address one of the critical issues of our students or even in education, which is what you call personalized learning. We need to make sure that each student will be successful and each student, we provide them their learning needs, interests, and aspirations of individual students, and then provide certain learning experiences for both visual and reading comprehension that are customized or to a greater extent, greater or lesser extent for each student. So they have a personalized way of learning both reading and visuals. Now, again, as mentioned, visual literacy is defined as the ability to interpret and negotiate and make meaning from a certain information present in the form of an image. While its importance, while reading, involves understanding and interpreting written text. And what is its importance in higher education? Both visual and reading literacy are very critical to academic success as they enable the students to engage with the course materials, conduct research, and present findings effectively. And they are expected, once they graduate, that they have both reading and visual and reading literacy with a high competency level. Now, if you will be looking on this visual literacy figure, it shows that different categories of skills needed for the students and even our learners. We have visual reading, visual writing, and other visual literacy skills. Wherein visual reading pertains to the way we interpret image or provide an analysis, visual perception, evaluation, and knowledge of visual grammar and syntax. While visual writing pertains on visual creation, image production, and the use in effective visual communication. With all this, if you notice, aside from evaluating images, there is also a part of the skill set that should be developed on visual literacy, which is source reliability. Our students now are expected to be able to identify a real image with not. Checking also accuracy, aesthetics, effectiveness, and even again source reliability. But then again, we are also provided to find context and images, meanings, and related text. Aside from that, so what are the current challenges? There are barriers in terms of socioeconomic status, lack of resources, and varying levels of support from educators and universities and institutions to contribute to literacy challenges. Aside from that, there are gaps between the traditional education methods, learning styles, which leads to gap literacy among students. Now, with the use of AI, as mentioned, we can provide what you call a process or technology that will enhance the learning experience. Basically, AI won't replace us. There is still a need to humanize technology the way we deliver it. There are AI examples in providing tutoring systems, adaptive learning softwares, and tools for personalized reading and visual content. Now, for AI, for literacy or visual literacy, there are AI tools for visual learning, for image recognition, or interactive visual aids. AI can make infographics, charts, diagrams, which are more interactive, which allows the students to explore data and concepts for creating an interactive images and even videos. Aside from that, we have certain visual analysis tools wherein this AI tools aids in understanding complex visuals by providing explanations, summarizing key points, and identifying patterns. One of the most familiar, most common is Power BI, wherein Power BI already integrated what you call an AI side of a Power BI, wherein you have a visualization. It automatically summarizes based on the visual that you provided. But aside from that, we have some common tools such as what you call ThingLink. ThingLink helps you create images and videos that are bursting with information. So you just click on a point of interest and suddenly you're diving deeper into the certain topic. And those creates what you call a lot of dense infographics. We also have what you call an AI powered tool, which is what you call Visology. Visology also provides a flash on making complex ideas better. So, for example, it's more applicable for business strategies. It can gain insights coming from the images that you've thought of. Aside from that, we have what you call AIs that improves literacy. We have UDL, or Universal Design for Learning. AI can create different learning experiences that are flexible and adaptable to cater diverse type of learners. We also have text to speech and translation. So you have been using this one. They are natural readers. Example, Google Translate. So which uses AI to actually provide real-time text to speech and translation capabilities, which is very much helpful for different types of learners with different types of languages being used. We also have real-time captioning. I've seen Zoom. On your Zoom webinar, you've already activated captioning. This is one of the ways to improve reading literacy. It highlights or it provides the use of AI-powered captioning for students and learners with hearing impairments, making lectures and even these types of webinars more accessible. So we do cater with different types of learners. And also, reading literacy or AI using for reading literacy provides a tailored learning pathway for students with disabilities, ensuring equal opportunities for success. With all the things I've mentioned, now I'd be remiss if I didn't address the elephant in the room. AI actually raises important questions about data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the role of human educators. We need to be transparent about how data is used and ensure that the AI algorithms are fair and unbiased. And remember that AI is just a tool to enhance, but technically it won't replace human expertise. So meaning as we try to embody or try to use more AI tools in terms of providing a specialized learning pathway with different types of learners, a personalized pathway using AI for both visual and reading literacy, we need to make sure that we address some of the concerns in terms of transparency of data, the bias, and the ethical concerns using AI. But then again, it's more of us, our faculty members or administrators, and the way we use AI, we need to set and inform our faculty members that AI is just a tool to enhance the way we deliver education, but technically it won't replace our human expertise. Now, the possibilities of AI are truly endless. Imagine you have virtual tutors available 24/7 to provide expertise in both reading and visual learning. You have immersive learning such as AR and VR, augmented and virtual reality, and AI-powered assessments that provide detailed feedback at any given point in time. But more than that, AI empowers us to become lifelong learners. It opens the door to personalized learning resources and opportunities for continuous growth. So as I end, let's continue to embrace this AI-powered revolution in literacy. Let's collaborate, let's innovate, and ensure that AI serves as a force for good in education. It's time to unleash the full potential of AI to create a more engaging, inclusive, and effective learning experience for every student, may it be here in the Philippines or even Indonesia or even in the out of the boundaries of Southeast Asia. Again, thank you for your time attending and thank you for your attention. So if you have any questions about how to use AI, not just for um, AI powered literacy, but also the use of edtech of different tools that we use in terms of advancing personalized learning, you can email me and message me on, you can look at my LinkedIn account or email me using my Mapway. Thank you and good day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Erickson, for such insightful presentation. I personally think it really is important for us, like, to not ignore the fact that we need AI in, like, our daily, life, and then especially as educators. We need to be wisely using that. So yeah, I agree to you about that, and thank you so much for such insightful presentation once again. And ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to remind you again that if you wish to raise a question for our speakers, you always feel free to type it on the chat box, whether on Zoom or on YouTube, because we're also broadcasting it live right now on YouTube. And the webinar team will compile all the coming questions for the Q&A session later. And I would also like to inform you again, for those who just come in now, that there is no presence list on this webinar program, yeah? And okay, so moving on to the next session now. Our next speaker is an assistant professor and a full-time lecturer at Universitas Pelita Harapan, Indonesia. She has highly developed knowledge and skills in educational research, program evaluation, educational consultant, and educational technology at global level. And for your information, she obtained her PhD degree in Network Learning Technology Educational from National Central University, Taiwan, back in 2020. And that leads her to be experienced in human-computer interaction, augmented reality, ubiquitous learning, mobile apps, AI, authentic contextual learning, and smart learning environments. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Siskawati Dewi Purba.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Can you hear my voice clearly? All right. So let me share my screen first. Okay. I hope you can see the screen now. Is it okay now?
Yeah, we can see it very clear.
Okay, good. All right. So, good morning, everyone. And welcome to this webinar. First of all, I would like to thank Ma'am Ayubi for great introduction. This is the first time someone introduced my background so detailed, and thank you for that one. And I'm really excited to see you all here on the Zoom. Today, I'm thrilled to share my thought on the potential of AI in supporting reading skill in higher education. So, without further ado, let's kick it off this session with a quick quiz. The webinar has a quiz? Okay. Now, why reading is important? So I like to invite all of you here to type your answer in the chat box. You have 30 seconds. Just type whatever comes to your mind. Why do you think reading is important? Okay, 30 seconds. I like to see some participant here. Oh. No one type. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can type in Indonesia or English. All right. Increase knowledge. Okay. Yeah, expand your vocabulary. Good answer. All right. Okay. I'll just continue right now. Let me share again the screen. Okay. So according to the literature, yeah, just let me see this one. Is it moving? Is my slide moving over there? Changing
Yes, it's
already or
moving.
not? Not yet. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, technical problem. All right. So, according to some literature that I have tried together, so there are several reasons why reading is important. So, basically, it could be because by reading you can improve your academic success, of course, and then you can develop a cognitive development, uh, which is you can increase mental stimulation, means that reading keeps the brain active and engaged, which can improve cognitive functions such as memory, focus, and concentration. I believe Eric already mentioned some part of this, the reason why reading is important in his presentation, and I just want to repeat it again. Some of them maybe you haven't heard. Okay. The next one is because it could enhance your emotional and social benefit as well, and also language and communication skill and cultural awareness and diversity, and also technological literacy. So here there's some point that it could enhance a digital reading skill. So with the rise of digital media, reading on electronic device help individuals develop digital literacy skill, which are essential in the modern world. So basically, in summary, reading is important because reading is a fundamental for academic success, cognitive development, emotional well-being, effective communication, cultural awareness, and technology literacy. So by fostering this skill, reading not only enhances individual growth, but also prepares individuals to engage more effectively with the world around them. So let's see the fact about reading all over the world. So some of you may heard about PISA. So this data is just was collected by PISA 2022. PISA stands for a Program for International Student Assessment. So it was conducted, it usually conducted on 3 yearly cycle, and they covered 3 areas where they tested like reading literacy, mathematics, and science. But for now, I'm focused on talking about reading literacy. So as you can see here, out of the 80 countries here, so all over the world that took part this test, so Singapore was the first rank in reading literacy. So now we move on to Indonesia because my focus later on, I will sharpen to Indonesian reading, right? Okay, so Indonesia, as you can see here, maybe probably is the 6th or the 7th from the bottom. So, and another fact, let's start with other fact, yeah. UNESCO also has the same report that mentioned that Indonesia is near the bottom globally in terms of literacy. In study from Central Connecticut State University, Indonesia was ranked 60 out of 61. See, for reading interest. To put that in perspective, it is just ahead of Botswana, but behind Thailand. Interestingly, when it comes to the infrastructure supporting reading, Indonesia actually ranked higher than some European countries. So the next part, let's see, let's take a look of gadget ownership in Indonesia. Yeah, with around 60 million people owning gadgets, Indonesia ranked 55th globally in terms of smartphone use. Emerker predicts that by 2018, Indonesia will be over 100 million active smartphone users, putting in the fourth in the world, right behind China, India, and the USA. However, even though there is low interest in the reading books, to the data from early 2017, we see that Indonesia spend about 9 hours a day on their screen. And when it comes to social media, Indonesians are incredibly active, coming to the fifth worldwide social media engagement. So what we can summarize, what we can conclude from the fact that we already talked in the two previous slides is while Indonesia impressive gadget ownership and smartphone usage highlight a strong engagement with digital technology, the low interest in reading present a challenge. Despite spending 9 hours a day on a screen and being highly active on social media, this heavy screen time hasn't translated into a higher reading culture. This disparity leads us to the next slide, where we'll explore the challenge faced in the promoting reading and how we can address the obstacles to foster greater interest in reading among Indonesians. So several challenges that I've been tried to gather from some of the paper recent publication. It could be because the first challenge could be because insufficient knowledge and preparation, which means some may have a poor language proficiency. For example, if you tend to read Indonesian language, but your Indonesian language proficiency is poor, so how could you understand the text that you are reading? But again, it could be lead you to difficulty in reading. So, and the next one is it could be the challenge could be from the socio-economic factor and resource, just like Eric said in the previous presentation. The first keynote speaker that mentioned the socio-economic factor also could be the challenge. So we share some similarity with the first presenter. This become a challenge in education, but it could be also a part of a challenge for reading challenge. Okay. The next one could be technical and social distraction. As you can see right now, we are living in digital world where our student is Gen Z, and then they very eager to use their smartphone, their digital tools wherever they go. So, high smartphone use or social media in distraction could be one of the reading challenge. And then the next one is learning and study habit. So this one is like a full time management. You cannot manage the time for reading and then the time for your have fun time. So this could be like a self-regulated learning when you have to read. You have to manage that one. And the next factor could be from motivational and psychological barriers. So as I mentioned before, with the fact that Indonesia low interest in reading, which is mean Indonesia only 0.01% of Indonesian children have interest in reading. And also they also have reading anxiety, low motivation for reading. And the next one is the environment and cultural factor. So language barrier also become a reading challenge. For instance, in my case, I teach in a graduate student. So basically, when they want to craft their thesis, they cannot only rely on Indonesian article or journal to craft their thesis. They have to survey some international publication which is written in English language. So if they don't have a English language proficiency, this kind of a reading English article become more challenging for them. So again, language barrier become one of the reading challenge, right? And and then the last one is balancing academic and personal life. So the challenge is in managing academic workload and personal life. All right. Now, as I mentioned before, like now we are in digital age, yeah. So some of you already exposed with artificial intelligence, or maybe perhaps most of you here already use AI for your education, or maybe for personal purpose, yeah. So I would like to remind about the definition of AI. I know all of you here may already heard some definition from other experts, but I like to refer the definition of AI in academic literature, which is they said that AI is the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. So this involves the development algorithm and system that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, and decision making and language translation. So basically, AI have several key components, and I said here, I provide here some key components, which is consists of machine learning, NLP, robotic, and computer vision. Now, we go to the next slide where we can see a type of AI. So in general, there are three types of AI. And the first one is a narrow AI, general AI, and super intelligent AI. Now, narrow AI, or usually we call weak AI, AI system designed that to handle a specific task or narrow range tasks. They do not possess a general intelligence or consciousness. For example, virtual assistant like a Siri, and Alexa, or even ChatGPT, or other app that you just need to ask some specific tasks and they give you answer. So this belong to narrow AI or weak AI. Now, the next one is a general AI. General AI possesses the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge in a manner comparable to human intelligence. And while super intelligent AI is an AI that surpasses human intelligence and can perform tasks better than human in every field, including scientific creativity, general wisdom, and social skill. So as you can see here, now we are still in narrow AI or weak AI. As of now, there are no applications that utilize strong AI or super intelligent AI because this level of AI have not yet been achieved. The field continues to make strides with advanced narrow AI system, but true general AI and super intelligent AI remain goals for future research and development. All right, so here I provide the table to show you some recent AI that has been used in education, particularly some for writing or reading in higher education. So basically, most of the AI that most of the article that I mentioned here focus on AI, ChatGPT, chatbox, and also they emphasize some personalized reading or personalized learning and self-regulated learning and so on and so forth. So and also their finding emphasize on feedback, personalized feedback, and also they mentioned about security, some of the AI security and transparent of the data, yeah, and also personalized learning, personalized feedback, and also reading comprehension, micro learning technique, and also reading skill, and in summary, all these articles collectively demonstrate the potential of AI to transform reading education by providing personalized, adaptive learning experience and effective feedback mechanism. So, some of you may already know some of these AI-powered tools. For example, like here, I provide here like PDF AI. So PDF AI is a tool for summarizing and interacting with PDF document. So this one, they have a free token, like a 3 to 5 article you can upload per day. So you just need to upload your article, say like you want to read English article or English journal article. Then you submit to the PDF AI and then you interact with the chat box where you can ask the question about related to the article that you have submitted. And the next one is a ChatGPT. I believe all of you already tried ChatGPT, so you know how it goes, how it should be going on. And the next one is Grammarly. So Grammarly used for AI writing assistant. So before AI come up to the surveys, so Grammarly is not so advanced at the time, but right now Grammarly has a feature with AI as well. So they can provide you some AI virtual assistant to improve your writing. And the next one is a readability. So you can also check this one later on. So this tool is for analyzing readability and suggesting text improvement. And also there is a Microsoft Immersive Reader. So I remember that the PDF a long time ago also have like one of function is a read text aloud. But right now with more advanced, Microsoft add some AI function to Microsoft Immersive Reader. Okay, and then the next one is a Quillision. This AI tools generating quiz from the text. So you just input the text. You want to derive some question maybe for your teaching or or your quiz. You develop the quiz using a Quillision. But again, you must once you use the AI tools, you cannot just copy what AI provides you. You must read again because all the answer that provided by AI not 100% accurate. So please note that you have to reread and understand the meaning that the answer given by the AI tools. All right, now we go on to the next slide where I want to introduce you with one of my study. So starting from the premises that reading can be challenging and recognizing the potential of AI to address this difficulty, my team and I have designed a learning system that utilizes ChatGPT 3.5 to help graduate students to read English journal article. So as you know, for graduate students, gathering resources to craft their thesis is vital and crucial. So they cannot rely solely on Indonesian article, but must also be able to survey global research article from reputable journals, which are, of course, written in English. So this necessity has motivated our research, and our system provides guidelines to summarize article by dividing into 4 sections. So I'd like to open the hopefully it's working. Okay. All right. Now, so here the app that we have used in my class. So one of my class, Oh, sorry. Okay, I hope you can see the screen, So in the beginning, student will choose their profile So their name, we put the interface like this one. They select their name, and then 1 second. Sorry. Oh, 1 second. Oh, okay. So after that, they select their profile, and we provide some article here. So for this study, we provide 5 articles. They have to read continuously in 5 weeks, and for the reading, they have to do 1 article per week. So if they select, for example, they select the first article, and the article we divide it to 4, actually 5 panel here, which the student can, sorry, let me see my mouse. Okay, so basically student can ask the question to the personal AI here, related to the article that we provided. So the reason why we divided to the article to several panels is to make easier for them to understand the structure of the article. Usually article have a structure like what is the reason motivation of the article, and then what is the method, and also what's the result and discussion and future study and your summary, whole the article. So we collect all this data, but I'd like to demo some, let me see if I can. I'd like to demo this application to you. So for example here, the article provided in English, but the student can interact in Indonesia. So just like this one, we can ask the personalized personal learning assistant in Indonesia. To open the assistant, we click this one, and then we choose which section we are going to ask. For example, we are asking about research motivation of the article. So, and then we type our question here. For example, I want this panel is belong to research motivation. Sorry. Okay. This belong to research motivation understanding. Okay. So for example, I want to ask about the participant. How many participants in this study? For example, I ask this one. The question, once we ask the assistant, the system will reply that like this one, because we asked in the wrong panel. So you only can ask the question related to what is the research motivation. So as long as the research belong to the question is belong to research motivation, the system will answer you correctly. But if you ask like this one, number of participants which is belong to method or methodology, so the system will not provide you the answer. So you have to go to the next section to ask that one. So now we can ask here, how many, now we can ask here how many participants in this study. And now the system will answer you correctly. 44 people participate in this study, and later on you can check whether the it's correct or not in the article. But usually it's correct. We already test the accuracy of the system. All right. So okay, that's the demo, and we collect all data. So we collect all data here, so we can see what kind of question already gave by the student, given by student in our system, and the time and how many number of question they ask the assistant or AI assistant, we can see the data in our database. All right, now we go to the next slide. Sorry, let me see. Slide. It's all right. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the preliminary result, because this study just done a few months ago, so we haven't finished all the analysis. So I just want to spill the bean for all of you here that the result, the general result is there is a significant improvement student reading skill as they demonstrate by the pretest and post-test. We gave them the pretest before they use the system, and we gave post-test after they use the system. The test is summarizing English article. So that's the result right now, and maybe hopefully we can finish it soon, analyzing the result, and then we can publish a good result in the reputable journal as well. And let me see the next one. Sorry. All right. Okay. My gosh. All right. So as based on my experience, so I provide some implementation step here and best practice if you want to choose some AI powered tools for reading or for your learning. Okay, the first is implementing AI powered reading tools involve selecting appropriate platform. So you have to select, choose the best AI powered reading tools for your needs. And also we have to consider training educators or training the student how to use the app or the tools. And then not only stop on that step, but we have to monitor the progress. So continuously track and assess the student progress. So just like in our research, we track every step they make using the AI tools. And then best practice here. So best practice include providing ongoing support, encouraging collaborative learning, and use data-driven insight to personalize instruction. Again, we emphasize personalized learning here. All right, and this is the next one. So in the conclusion, AI-powered tools have the potential to transform reading education by offering personalized, engaging, and effective learning experience. As the technology continues to evolve, these tools will become more sophisticated, further enhancing student reading skill and academic success. So so far right now we have some AI powered tools for reading, but usually some features are separated. For example, like PDF AI, we don't have like note taking or maybe translate the word we don't understand. But maybe in the future with the AI and all advanced technology, maybe we can build one system that could provide all features in one. So all in one. So we don't need to open some Google Translate after this one, and then other apps to access this one, other apps to help this one. But we provide in a whole and holistic one app for one learning. Yeah, that's all. And here I provide some references that you may check later on to enhance what I've been talking about during this session. And I'd like to end my presentation with one quote. So they said that if you want to travel the world, start with reading. It is a passport to endless adventures and discovery. So by reading, the world is in your fingertip. That's all. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I return to Ma'am Ayubi.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siskawati. That was very insightful. I was truly enjoying the presentation that you gave, and it was interesting. I found it very interesting the fact that people in Indonesia, we have high percentage of people using gadget. Yet the reading literacy is very low, so it's something that we need to dig in more about that. And then um, thanks also that you shared the type of AI ranging from the normal AI up to the super intelligent AI. I didn't know about that before, but thank you so much for that. And then also, you mentioned about the importance of using AI where we need to reread the content and maybe paraphrase what we read there if we
Yeah.
use AI for our things. And the last thing that I saw very fascinating is the system that you were demonstrating. So I'm just wondering, is it for public or is it just for your personal use with the team?
Oh, actually, we only use for the team right now, but hopefully, if we got the funding, maybe we can put it public, right? So they don't have to, yeah, some platform they pay free, but for short of a token. But if we have funding, maybe we can make it public later on. But right now, we just keep it in our team. And
Right. I think that's a great idea because the system itself it looks very smart and it will make us educators easier to filter out the information, everything, make everything so simple. So I really wish you all the best with that, and hopefully
Thank you.
your team can finalize everything, and hopefully in the future it gets funded so you can publish it and it would be useful for public in a big context. So thank you
Thank you.
so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Siskawati. And
Thank
I'm
you.
pretty sure that everyone also has started to question about the presentations from Mr. Erickson and Dr. Siskawati. So now we're moving on to Q&A session. We will address some of the incoming questions from the audience, and we will have 3 sessions to for this Q&A session. So, okay, so we got the first question here for Mr. Erickson. How can educators leverage AI to address the challenges of accessibility and inclusivity in higher education? This is from Dian in Jakarta. Mr. Eric?
First and foremost, before us implementing a AI, for example, accessibility, I suggest that institutions should provide what you call technology accessibility policies. Um, Again, accessibility actually provides different types of learners, different possible file formats, and technology assistance so that we'll be able to access certain facilities or even technology. For example, for in our institution, we already have an accessibility feature. We call it Ally. Wherein once a faculty member uploads a PDF or a PowerPoint presentation, with the use of AI, it scrapes all the files and then checks whether what will be the most appropriate file type, alternative file format that can be downloaded by the students. So a PDF or a PowerPoint can then be converted into an e-braille system. It can be converted into voice or an MP3, and can also be converted into a translated language, addressing inclusivity of people who are not local tongue speakers of your language. So basically, with the use of AI, there's a lot of already tools available. But then again, as much as possible, as we try to embed different technologies within our learning ecosystem, we need to make sure that we have an accessibility policy and be deliberate enough to check whether the tool or technology or AI tool that we will be embedding within our facility or has an accessibility feature. So then again, we don't want, as we try to improve technology implementation in our campuses, it also increases what you call digital divide. but then it will be minimized if we try to be more inclusive and make sure that there will be accessibility features within our learning management systems or technology that we will be implementing.
Right, thank you very much. Do you have another question? All right, this one's for Dr. Siska. With all of those problems and obstacles Indonesian pupils have, what AI can offer us to overcome? Take an example. How can we build a reading habit using AI? From IAN in Madura.
Okay, thank you for the question. It's tough question. How can we build a reading habit using AI? All right. So, well, actually, right now we are still testing the how do we say that the method or guidelines. Yeah. So in my class, based on my experience, based on my experience, I try to use AI for enhancing their reading habit. Not actually directly AI will enhance their reading habit. No, but we need to have some guidelines that push them in the beginning to read, and after they enjoy the reading, it could change their habit. Hopefully, this is still hopefully. We still don't have any proof that AI will enhance reading habit. Yeah, enhance reading habit directly. We still I still cannot find any article or published article that mention this kind of result so far. So the best things that you can do is just familiarize first with the AI and then give some guidelines using AI and integrate it to reading. Yeah. And hopefully by doing that one, student will enjoy the reading, and yeah, maybe eventually their reading habit will change. Yeah, that's my question. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's so true. It's like when you wanna get something used to someone, you need to grow the interest fast, right?
Yes.
Then they can grow. Right. Okay. Okay, next question, please, team. Okay, this is to Mr. Eric. I'm a lecturer of HE. I'm quite wondering how might the integration of AI-driven educational tools alter the role of educators in higher education? From Annie in Bogor.
Okay, basically, there is really a lot of misconceptions about the use of AI, especially in education. Some of the people are actually scared of using AI or the rise of AI because they always think of AI will be replacing us, specifically lecturers or faculty members. But I guess we could have this thought. AI will not replace us, but basically people or faculty members who knows how to use AI will eventually replace us. So there is still a human factor in terms of delivering lectures, delivering assessments, and providing evaluation to students. We still need to have that human factor. AI do not have empathy. They don't have a genuine concern with our learners. So basically, with the use of AI, it won't replace us, basically. But there is a need for us to upskill as lecturers or faculty members or professors. We need to upskill in the use of AI. It's almost the same as the rise of calculator. We changed the way assessments are being done. And also the same way when with the rise of AI, we need to change the way our assessments are being done. We need to use it as an enhancement of the way we deliver courses. It's also an enhancement to the way we deliver certain outcomes. Basically, as mentioned by our one of our speakers, you really need to be open-minded in the way we use it. You need to dig and dive into the use of AI, know its best practices, and eventually hone the skills needed, because we cannot prohibit the students using AI, because eventually they will be going out in the field and have a workplace or jobs that are requiring this AI skills. So it will be our responsibility as their mothers and fathers in the university to make sure that we also are familiar with and will be able to use this AI tool. So again, I'll end it with that one. AI won't replace us. Won't replace us humans, but people who knows, or faculty members who knows how to use AI, will eventually replace us. So better, we need to upskill and make sure that we have that professional development using as AI as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's about how we have our mindset towards the AI itself, right? All right. All right. It's the second session now. We have another question from Jenny Hanifa in Jakarta for Dr. Siska. By showing Indonesia's literacy landscape with its digital landscape, how might this paradox impact the effectiveness of AI-powered tools for enhancing reading skills in higher education in Indonesia?
All right. So, okay. How might this paradox impact the effectiveness of AI? Okay, for enhancing reading in higher education. Well, this is a funny. I also think that how this paradox will affect the effectiveness. Okay, I'm thinking right now to answer this question because I also have no idea, yes, how this paradox actually will impact the effectiveness of AI. Because, in my experience, I just did this experiment for higher education in Indonesia recently. And with their background, I collect some data also from them that most graduate students are worker people. So they have to spend their time maybe at night to finish their university graduate school assessment and assignment, right? So they also mentioned that very seldom read some article, or some of them mentioned in their survey, in the PRA survey, yeah, they mentioned that this is a post survey. They mentioned that this is the first time. This is the after joining this experiment. They said that this is the first time for them to read English article. So, for some people, for some students who are very rarely read English article, these tools, they mentioned that it's helpful for them, especially because the article provided in English, and their English is not so good as well, so they cannot understand if they read a whole article, yeah, by themselves or using Google Translate. So these tools are very benefit for them so far, but I haven't analyzed more deeply about the reason why they said like that one. Yeah, that's the answer that I can give right now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Siska. Do you have another question? Yeah.
Oh.
Again, for Dr. Siska. Hold on there. Regarding the analysis of the ethical considerations of implementing AI-powered reading tools in higher education, particularly in Indonesia, which has its unique literacy and digital landscape, how can educators balance the benefits of these tools with concerns about over-reliance and academic integrity? Very interesting. From
Right. Yeah, very interesting question. Okay, academic integrity. Okay, yeah. So, for now, how the educator can balance this benefit? the basis of this answer is based on my experience as well. So right now, I allow them to use the ChatGPT to help them doing their writing or so on and so on. But as an educator, you have to read, and at some point you can notice which one is derived by AI, which one is derived or modified by human, because the sense of their writing or their assignment will appear to you. You can sense which one is the AI making or human original, or maybe they ask the AI, they ask the ChatGPT answer, and then they polish them. I think that's a better idea and integrates with some opinion of their own. So this is the best way you can do right now. Just allow your student and guide them that all the information that provided by AI or ChatGPT is not 100% correct. You have to make sure again the resource. You have to check the information whether it's accurate or not. At some point, if you are doing some writing paper, for example, and then you said, please provide me with introduction part, and then they give you some reference, and then you check the reference. Not all the reference is accurate. Some just make up reference, Probably you have to check that one. So again, for education, you have to make sure that the student understand how to use AI properly. That's the point. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have another question? Yeah, there's a question here from Mr. Eric. Evaluate the effectiveness of AI tools like ThinkLink and Visualogy in enhancing visual literacy among students. What criteria would you use to assess their impact on learning outcomes from Sulaiman and Sleman?
Actually, it's just a case-to-case basis, especially with the use of ThinkLink and Visualogy, since they addresses visual literacy. So one of the things that they could do is that once you upload a certain dashboard, it could provide a summary of the visualization per se. But then again, there will still be a responsibility with the use of AI. With any use of any AI tool, there is still a responsibility of any subject matter expert, of the user, to check whether it's really correct or is it biased or not. So meaning once you upload a certain dashboard or a file or an infographic, it automatically creates or curates an AI-generated description or summary of that visuals. The role of the end user is to make sure that they have the domain knowledge of that certain topic, and they'll be able to fact check the correctness and accuracy of that given information. So then again, the use of any visual literacy tool is a case-to-case basis depending on what specific outcomes you need to deliver. But one thing is for sure, that there is always a need from the end user, a way to verify. There's a role of the end user to verify whether the image or the AI generated knowledge was correct, unbiased, and actually ethical.
Right, thank you so much. Do you have another question here? Okay, for Dr. Siska again. Can you describe the main challenge that Indonesia faces in terms of literacy based on the information you provided from Riani in Bogor?
Okay, thank you, Riani. So as I mentioned in the previous presentation, there are so many factors of the Indonesian reading challenge in Indonesia. So if you, I can give you one example. For example, in the rural area where the technology, okay, you have the technology, say, but in Papua, in Papua, they don't have as much as we have right now in Jakarta, the technology. So what they use is books. But again, even the physical books over the rural area is very limited. So this is one of the challenge of reading challenge in Indonesia, because we are, Indonesia is more than a thousand island, I guess, right? More than 1,000 islands, and we have very some of the students are in the rural area, and they don't have resource to get the reading materials. So this become the main point, the main point of why reading literacy in Indonesia very low. In addition, the culture, I don't know. Based on my experience, I also asked some of my students, because most of them are having family and have a kids, and they said that in generation or in right now generation, most of kids are exposed with digital tools. So they spend most of their time playing games, watch a video, and so on, but seldom to read the books. As you know, some research, I forgot the name, but research already showed that if we expose our kids in early stage with the book, reading book, like just said, like you, the kids go to bed and then you read the books, textbook or digital books, but you read something to deliver him to bed, for example. It could benefit him to increase the reading habit, and later on can be increase his motivation to read the books, something like that one. So far right now, as I see that the reading habit in Indonesia and also resource is very limited. So this is become the most challenging part for Indonesia, the reading literacy. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siska. Do you have another question for the next session, please? All right, again to Dr. Siska.
Oh.
How can we prevent students from using AI to cheat during their homework or exams? From Amanda.
Okay. Very interesting question, this one. Well, I suggest you how to prevent this one. I usually use the test, or assignment or homework, like essay part. So essay part, from my experience, I ask them doing the project in essay. So if they ask the chat GPT, of course they will provide some answer to put the project. But again, as I mentioned before, you can read their assignment, whether it sends if the words very polishing, and then the sense is not human, the sense of the human, there is no sense of the assignments. So you can make sure that they have done the work using the chat GPT and without any polishing or paraphrase. And how to prevent? All right, so I can give you the tips how to prevent that one by maybe clear browser or tight deadline. In our university, we usually use clear browser, and then we put some tight deadline. So there is a duration to finish the quiz in certain time. So you ask the student to finish it at the time. At the time, they cannot. I think you will reduce the possibility to cheat using AI, but I cannot guarantee 100%. Just reduce. Okay, that's the answer I can give. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dasiska. I can understand that it's something. Sometimes when we think about it, we cannot have like a definite answer to that because, like it's something that is maybe kind of hard to solve because it's about the student itself, right?
Yeah.
And we can't control that. So yeah, that's very interesting. And we would like to know what about Mr. Eric? Like, what is your opinion on this particular issue when it comes to students cheating while using the AI and all that? Is Mr. Eric still there? I'm wondering. All right.
Ayubi, pardon, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So we were just discussing about the issue of how students tend to cheat, the possibility of them
Okay.
cheating while using the AI in their maybe
Yeah.
assignments and all that.
Basically, we need to change the way we deliver assessments. I do suggest that we move away from the typical essays, journals. We could check whether they could, because basically they'll be using AI to do programming or even essays. But you need to look on how you will be able to adopt the learning assessment. You could ask the student whether how do they perceive the AI generated information, if it will be, if they can properly cite it, look for fact checking information, whether those information generated by AI are actually factual or true. But aside from that, for example, programming, you could create your own program manually. Then you could also ask AI to create a program, AI generated. Then you compare. Basically, they'll find something that's they created
Mhm.
that the AI didn't generate. And they have a different way of creating a certain program, and that specific skills you could develop critical thinking in the students. Basically, the students might have an option doing plagiarism or doing academic dishonesty using AI. But eventually, the role of the faculty members in the classroom is not to chase or find fault on the students creating assessments, but also to guide the students to develop critical thinking. So we need to, first and foremost, to avoid that, we need to change the way we deliver assessments.
All right. Thank you very much for your 2 cents on this issue. All right. I think due to limited time, we can only accommodate one more question. This is for Dr. Siska. It's interesting to see that the major players in AI businesses globally come from fast world countries and they are in control of the majority of data, right? And they have the privilege of designing the algorithm behind all the AI tools. As for us in Indonesia, we only play as a witness to this unequal power and capitalism that again oppresses us. For our discussions, how do we still harness this power of AI that is made by the outsiders while still maintaining our original knowledge or originality that lies in our community or society? In addition, in the case of Dr. Purba's research, the systems are definitely helpful to speed up the process of filtering the information. However, how do your team envision the ways to ensure that the AI tools actually improve the reading literacy? My impression is that the tool improves information acquisition by filtration, but not comprehension too much. All right, so you got like 2 questions here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
so
a lot of
yeah.
question. All right.
Right.
So I want to clarify that the tools actually all right, you said that filtering information because you add something and then the system will give you feedback. But the point is not that one. We give some guidelines. Again, the AI is not a standalone. We give some uh, reading mechanism where we divided the article to several sections. So this by training them to read directly to what is the research motivation, what is the method, what is the it could build their habit when they read other article, and they may try to directly to find the information in the article using this kind of mechanism. And in the end, each article actually is not only the retrieving some information, but they have to summarize all of them into their own words. So this is the part we said that this can improve their reading comprehension, because they have to summarize everything in the article into their own words. So yeah, that's the answer for the question.
Okay, thank you very much. Hopefully, it addresses the question that we had
Yeah,
just got. A long
yeah.
one, very comprehensive as well.
Yeah, but if you have some question, maybe further question about that one, you can just text me, or maybe you can email me. I guess the organizer will provide some information about the keynote speaker, right?
All right, sure. Yeah, so for participants who are still, very much keen to understand more about this, to either to Dr. Siska or Mr. Eric, hopefully the team will provide your email addresses later, for the public. Okay, so thank you very much for Dr. Siska and Mr. Eric for addressing all the questions that our audiences have today. It was an incredible sharing session that we have delved into today. Our speakers' expertise and passion have truly enriched our knowledge, and hopefully everyone has been inspired by the knowledge that has been shared. And as we draw this session to a close, we would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to the speakers through the certificate awarding. So we would like to kindly invite Mr. Hassanuddin to lead the session.
Okay, thank you. I'm still here. Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to the certificate presentation. It is our privilege to present Erickson D. Maunahan with a certificate of recognition for your infallible insight. Your expertise has greatly enriched our understanding of the role of AI in education. Here is your certificate, and let's give a big round of applause. The next one, we have the honor of presenting Siska Watidewi Purba, PhD, with a certificate of recognition for your valuable contribution or expertise in the practical application of AI in literacy has been enlightening. Here your certificate, and let's give a big round of applause. Thank you everyone for your participation and attention. Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hassanuddin. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much. So,
Thank you.
participants, today we have explored the transformative potential of AI in enhancing learning experiences, which equips students and even us educators with important literacy skills. So let's take inspirations together from this session to drive us to create brighter future in our related area. And now we're coming down to the end of our webinar. I would like to remind you all to fill out the feedback form, which link will be shared on the chat box by our team, and it will be displayed on the Zoom screen later. So, ladies and gentlemen, I personally would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude again and again, and appreciation to the invited speakers, Dr. Siska and Mr. Eric. Thank you very much. Very insightful, very exceptional insights. Very fruitful to everyone who have been watching. And thank you very much for all participants for the active support. Thank you very much for Mr. Hassanuddin and all the participation in the webinar today. And last but not least, thank you very much for having me today. See you on another occasion. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.